G'day guys, so yesterday we were looking at how to access full journal articles through Charles Sturt University's library website. We skipped over Primo and went straight to the journal databases, but today I thought I'd talk about Primo and what you can do with it. Now sometimes it's actually quicker than using the journal databases, but I find it has a lot more issues and errors and I'm always going back to the journal databases anyway. But it is another option and it's worthwhile having a look at. So if we go down here to the search, this is Primo Search. It searches the entire library catalogue as well as the licensed databases that CSU has. So for instance, it should look through Science Direct, it should look through Wiley Online, it doesn't look through Cab Direct. Now, we can either search like we would a search engine, but I don't think it's particularly strong. What you can do instead of that is you can Google Scholar or Scopus titles that you want, and once you've found your title you would just copy and paste it in. So we'll do that very quickly. We'll go to Google Scholar. I work in water buffalo, so we're going to type in water buffalo, and I've done the Google before. Water buffalo parasites is what I work in. Hit search and we come up with a whole heap. Now here we've got prevalence of antibodies to Neospora caninum. Okay, we're going to look at this one because it doesn't actually matter what we're looking at. So what I would do here is copy it and paste it back into Primo and hit search. It'll pop up in a new window and with a bit of luck we'll have it. Yep, so it's here for us. Now there's two options here. You can click on the top one and it's a little bit like I'm feeling lucky on Google. It'll spit you out on the first database, but see where it says see all versions and editions here? If we click on this, it'll show you where it's housed where it's hosted on the databases. So we actually have three. We've got Springer, we've got Medline, and we've got ProQuest. Now I'm familiar with ProQuest, but I'm not very familiar with Springer, and PubMed I'm fairly certain is just an abstract host. So we would be clicking for ProQuest. And when it pops up with this, just click on the top one. If that doesn't work, you would scroll through them. Okay, so we get to what is the CSU login for the proxy for the paywall. So we would log in our details and hit login. And we get to ProQuest. And we have our journal article here, which should pop up once it finishes loading. We could download it from here, or we could hit download from the PDF button here. This has worked this time, but it doesn't necessarily always work. Yesterday, for instance, I had 3 or 4 instances where I couldn't get it through Primo. I had to go back through the journal databases. And another hot tip is if you can't get it through either of those, it doesn't hurt to actually just put it straight into Google. Occasionally, things like ResearchGate won't pop up for any of the search engines, particularly for Primo, but they will be hosting free full PDFs. So just to recap on how to use Primo, we would be going to the library website, we would be clicking in here and adding in our title, or we can search in here, but I'm just not a very big fan of the search engine. Once it pops up, we select what edition we want or what version we want, and then we'll get through the paywall, or it will come up with a paywall prompt. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I will do another video talking about search engines. I use Scopus and Current Content ISI, and you actually have to go through a paywall just to use those search engines. I think they are better than Google Scholar and Primo. So that's all we have for today. Thank you.